Good morning, everybody. I can't believe it. In the middle of a pandemic, which still is on, would you believe it's going to rain July 4th weekend, some of it? We're hoping at least supposedly Sunday it's supposed to be nice. But we're hoping for a really good weekend. But today we're going to talk to you about patient experiences. It's one of the most important things in the world we can ever think of. But today behind me you see our man Dolly. He's at his finest. He is superb. Well, Dolly did a suite of 10 photographs with Halsman. Halsman was one of the finest photographers in the world, and he did it over 30 years. And it's kind of amazing the different pictures that he did. And it's really kind of cool. But these are two of them. That's a third one, a fourth one. Let's go more, and we're going to twist the chair a little and show you the others. Look at those. Really cool. A couple of more. And then some more. Well, this bottom one right here, that one on the bottom right-hand corner is in the Perez Art Museum. Now, how many people in this world can say that they have the same art piece that's in the Perez Art Museum? Now, what's cool about this is I have a separate set hanging in my office and in my home. So when you come to either or, wow, it's great. You get to see Dolly the man. And he is incredible. The type of work, the things he's done are absolutely incredible. And one of the reasons is Dolly's wife was interested. Dinero, money. So what did she do? Every time they came up with another idea, she would publish it and they would sell it. And that's why my house is so crazy with Dolly. I mean, it's unbelievable. I have Dolly in lithographs, etchings, drawings, bas-relief, dam, porcelain, silver, Huguenots, wall hangings, carpets, jewelry, patisses, which are perfume bottles, coins, emblems. I mean, you name it. Oh, I even have a Dolly chess set. I'll have to take that out and put it on the chessboard and show it to you one day. What it is, it's Dolly's wife's fingers. Also, it's really kind of cool. But it's kind of amazing the stuff that Dolly Cannon has done. And if you look at some of the books, which I have a lot of extras, I never realized that over the years I've been buying so many of the same books, but I have them. And it's kind of amazing that they show you pictures as Dolly's done. One time he even put on the old metal diving suit, and they couldn't get the head off, and he almost suffocated. I mean, you'll see some of the scenes that he's put together in his books, and he was just out of there. But today, we got to talk to you about something important. Yesterday morning at 6:15, I got a call from a friend, an acquaintance, a person I've known for many years. And he said, Barry, this is a big guy. He's a trainer. He's in great shape. I was walking into my building last night, and they just painted the walkway coming in, and it was slippery. And I said, that's probably because they painted it with the wrong paint. I slipped and I fell on my hand, and my hand is killing me. I went to an urgency care center. They took an x-ray of it. They said it wasn't broken. They told me to take some aspirin or Tylenol, and I haven't slept all night. I'm in severe pain. Can you please help me? So I said, listen, the office opens at 9 o'clock. I want you over there. I'm going to have my chiropractor do an exam and x-rays, and we're going to check you out immediately. Also, too, I have our board-certified orthopedic whose specialty is sports medicine, and he does all extremities, including hands, which 95% or 98% of the orthopedists do not do hands. And you're going to come back later in the day, and we're going to do an MRI of your wrist. Well, he came back at 4:30. We fitted him in our schedule, got his MRI, and he said, Barry, I was so delighted. I have to thank you more than anything in the world. The guy was almost crying. He was so thankful for what I did and how I helped him. He said, Dr. Riley was such a gentleman. I've been to some of the top orthopedics in the country, and especially those in South Florida. Dr. Riley looked at the MRI with me, reviewed it personally, and said, listen, you've got some old problems that are there that aggravated a little, but you don't have a fracture, you don't have a tear, but you do have swelling, you do have edema, you do have a problem. He gave me a medication for a very minor pain medication. I just spoke to him just now. He says I was able to sleep. I want to thank you so very much. Your front desk staff, your doctor, your chiropractor, the therapist. Then I went upstairs in the afternoon after I got the MRI done. Dr. Riley's staff was so great. They gave me attention. They didn't make me wait for hours. They took care of me right away. They really cared to help me. They also had empathy because they saw that I was in so much pain. Because so many doctors, you go to these offices, and like you're another number. Just get in there. We don't care. Goodbye. They don't smile. Well, now Ruben is part of our family. We're really glad to say that because when people come in, they become our family. And we take care of them and all their family. But that's how we run affiliated healthcare. But he said, Dr. Riley was so great, so caring, so excellent. And he said, boy, he's a sharp-looking young guy. I mean, you wouldn't think he knew what he knew and he had the experience and just, the time, the energy, the astuteness. And he was nice. It's nice when a doctor has that thought and genuine concern and care and wants to help you. But that's Dr. Riley. That's why we love him. That's why we care for him. That's why we tell our family and friends. You got to remember, you got to tell your family and friends. Try to get into an orthopedist. He could have been 2 weeks waiting, crying almost in pain, never knowing that what happened and what's going on. We got him done immediately. And that's how we are at Urgent Affiliated Healthcare Centers, Inc. We're not an urgency care center, but I'll tell you something. We got him in that day yesterday morning, and took care of him. Remember, affiliated healthcare is the healthcare center with a heart. Our main office is at 8000 Southwest 67th Avenue. We have another office at 157th and Sunset, another one at Homestead, another one at Tavernier, another one at Pembroke. And we just opened our new one at Brickell in the Pacific Bank building next to Novacento on the 3rd floor at 1390 Brickell Avenue. I always wanted an office on Brickell, and now we have it. And all I can tell you, it is just an absolutely magnificent office. We've got everything we need in it. Digital x-ray, the newest therapies, unbelievable traction tables, rehab equipment. We got everything. We even also have our own massage room, which we're going to be doing massages too on a basis of appointments. But that's what's so great. What's great is we can help you, your family, your friends, your people you work with, the people you know, and the people you meet. Because people get hurt and they get injured. They go to these little clinics and they just don't get that care. Why? Because they're not like affiliated. They don't have a family of staff that takes care of our family of patients. I have one patient who wallpapered my first office 43 years ago, and I've treated 3 generations of his family. I gotta tell you, it's so great. In fact, I even have one staff with me that if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have been born. Crazy story. Saturday morning, I'm working in the office, and she's a prior patient, and she comes in and she calls him, I gotta see the doctor. She was getting married Saturday night, and she popped a rib, and she was in so much pain. Well, who was there for her? Dr. B. I put that rib back into place. She got married, and now her daughter is one of our finest staff. Juliana Ajuju, she is so great, and people tell me, Dr. B, who's that little lady at the front desk? She's so caring and she's so there. Another interesting story. One of the top orthodontists in the country, I just remember this, was getting married on a Saturday night. He threw his back out the night before. He called me. That afternoon, it was like 1:30 after I finished seeing patients. I went to his house. I gave him that adjustment. He got married, and can I tell you, it was miraculous. He never came back again. His back was fine and never had a problem since. So that's what's great as being a chiropractor. Chiropractic is an incredible thing. It's natural. It's 99% painless, and it's there to help you. Chiropractic is the natural way to health. And remember, under your car insurance, what's great about your PIP insurance, we still have it. It covers up to $10,000 in medicals if you're injured in a car accident, whether it's your fault or someone else's. One of our staff was in an accident. She blew out the front of her brand new car. Well, her car's finished, but we're going to fix her. So we don't care who it is, how it is. Hey, listen, I had a woman came in and I took care of her, and she really injured her neck and her back. But she says to me, Dr. B, my daughter's 3 and her personality has changed. I go to take her in a car, she screams and she yells. She says, I don't know what to do. Well, I say, listen, you know something? We have a neuropsych in our office, and he was a child neuropsych at Dade County Schools for 20 plus years. And he's an incredible person. Not only does that, but he's helped a lot of my family and friends and people in the past. I say, we're going to set up an appointment for you and your daughter. Well, Dr. Robert K. Ludwig called me up, and he said, Barry, she's got PTSD. I said, what do you mean? Listen, that's a diagnosis that I don't use on children. But this little child has that trauma from that incident. And we're going to have to get her therapy and treatment to help her. So some people think you're in an accident and there's nothing wrong. But there's so many effects that can be seen are there. In fact, trying to find an MRI, it took me 6 months to find an MRI. Why? Because it could do a DTI, a diffuse tensor imaging. It proves a traumatic brain injury. It's like these football players, that's what they used with the NFL to show the brain trauma. Well, then it took me 9 months to find someone who was the top of the top of the tops, who could read it and analyze it and had the software to show them what was going on. And it determines how it looks and what it is. And this guy is a genius, Dr. Sean Mahan. Well, you know, he had to review all my other prior DTIs, and now he is in our reader. And I'm happy to say when I was speaking to him the other day, I found out he was in my college fraternity in Alpha Epsilon Pi, which I'm on the National Foundation Board. And I spoke to him, and he said he would be able to come down here and he would do a seminar for our professionals who need to see and learn about a DTI. So many professionals, attorneys, doctors, chiropractors, whatever, do not know of a DTI MRI. But the best thing about our MRI is usually an MRI takes 30 to 40 minutes. Listen, I'm very claustrophobic. It's crazy for me to do an MRI. I did the first MRI and it took me 17 minutes. Our MRIs take 16 to 18 minutes. What a dream. Because before you could say you're claustrophobic, you're in and you're out. And it's so great to get treated and to get taken care of. But that's what's great. And our technician, Aldo, is just fabulous. He makes people feel at home, feel relaxed, treats them so professionally, so caring, and it's there. And God forbid, if someone's in a wheelchair or can't get up the steps, we have a lift that lifts them up. I can't imagine what that cost when they put this unit together. But all I know is I have a great, great piece of equipment. I call it my toy. It's not a toy. It's the finest piece of equipment I could buy. Not only did I buy it from a hospital, but more important, I had it upgraded. So there's a lot of MRIs in town. A lot of people injured in accidents, but they don't have the newest software we have. And I'll tell you an instance, a good example. I had a gentleman that was in a severe accident, severely injured his knee and his shoulder. And the MRI said there was nothing wrong. So after 6 months, he kept complaining. I said, Dr. Riley's here. I want you to see our orthopedist. Dr. Riley saw him, gave him a thorough examination, and he said, Dr. B, he's got a tear in the wrist and the shoulder. He pulled up the MRI, and it was milky. You really could not see the definition of what was going on. We did an MRI with our new MRI. 32 minutes later, came up, and what's great is the MRI is connected right to our office. And Dr. Riley looked at it with the patient and said, Sir, I've got some bad news. You are correct. You have a tear in your shoulder and knee, and we're going to have to take care of that for you. And that's what he did. And our patient was so happy and so thankful because everybody, all these other doctors he saw told him he was crazy. There was nothing wrong with him. But it's there. Dr. Riley was there again. He took care of people. He did it. And that's why we love Dr. Riley. And his staff has gotten to be super. He's got his own nurse practitioner that helps him in coordinating, treating, and caring for his patients. We've got X-ray techs, C-arm techs, medical assistants, office managers up there, special assistant for Dr. Riley. We also have a special assistant for our pain management doctor, Dr. Stephen Burak, B-U-R-A-C-K. No relationship. He's 6'4", I'm 5'7". He's big Dr. B, and I'm little Dr. B. So the team we also have a podiatrist, Dr. Richard Fields, who's great, who coordinates all our podiatric stuff. And then on questions, he's always got Dr. Riley to coordinate things with. But he's fabulous himself, and we can get people in right away. And what's interesting is because of the way we have our office set up, we can and do get patients in when there is an emergency or they're not being helped by other facilities in other places. And it's so often that people tell me, oh, I had to go see this doctor, that specialist, this one. And I sat in that office and waited hours. Can I tell you, Doc, I can't do it. And can I tell you, I'm like that. It gets me crazy when I see people waiting in the waiting room. I want people in treatment therapy. That's why in our main office, we have such a big therapy place. Plus, also now we have evaluations by PTs and PTA assistants coordinating the care. So we have chiropractic assistants, we have massage therapists who do myofascial release, we have PTs and PTAs. I mean, what more can you ask? And Dr. Riley has these people to back him up with his team. And that's what we need to do. And it's so great. But listen, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for sharing Dolly with me. We're so happy to have you all here as part of our family. Also, last weekend, the Florida Chiropractic Association had their convention, and I was the honoree at the Doral Trump. And so many people sent me notes and letters and spoke to me and said, Dr. B, congratulations on that honor. After 43 years, they're honoring you. Oh, and by the way, I got my information. I forgot, I endowed a teaching chair for Miami-Dade in health sciences. So, you know, I've done so many things. I am a fellow of the American College of Chiropractic, of which less than 0.25% of the population are. And here's the Miami-Dade Foundation form, and it's congratulating me on my foundation. So it's kind of cool when we do the things we do. But like I said, I've been blessed to be able to help people and been blessed to help people in our society, in our community. So it's really great that I can do what I can do. And remember, please, tell your friends, your family, people you know, share this with people and let them know that Affiliated Healthcare Center is the healthcare center with a heart. The office is 305-666-8883. My cell is 305-389-9513. And by the way, I'm thinking we're going to start showing you some of the Dolly lithographs in the portfolios and other things that Dolly's done. We've got so much in my home, in my collection. And for 42 years, I've been collecting Dolly. And can I tell you, every time I get a new piece, it's more exciting than the last. So I keep doing it, and I keep enjoying it. So please, come to our office. You'll see our dollies. You'll see the other kind of sculptures and other pieces of art we have, and you can enjoy it. And I think one day we're going to have to do this at my office so you can see the art there. By the way, everybody have a great weekend. May it be safe. May it be happy. May you be able to enjoy your family. And may us soon totally be free of the virus, no masks, and we get back to our natural way of life. I want to thank you all for listening and being part of my family. And have a great weekend. Thank you and bye.